It starts quietly. No fights, no big betrayals, no obvious breaking point. Just silence. She still smiles at you, still says, I love you, still reaches for your hand when you walk into a room full of people. To anyone looking in, you're fine, stable, mature. Relationship goals. But deep down, something died. And it wasn't love. It was desire. She doesn't crave you anymore. She doesn't need you anymore. She still wants the life you built together, just not the man who built it. You've become the calm after her storm, the safe harbor where her fire goes to die. You thought being her peace would make you her passion. You worked so hard to become that man, the stable one, the reliable one, the one who listens, who understands, who doesn't yell, who doesn't fight. You learned to be emotionally available, supportive, sensitive. And for a while it worked. She smiled more. She opened up. She said she felt safe with you. But here's the dark truth. No one tells men. The same safety that earns a woman's love often kills her attraction. Because safety without polarity isn't intimacy. It's sedation. It's warmth without fire. You became the pillow she cries into, not the man she burns for. The death of polarity is invisible. It doesn't announce itself. It creeps in slowly, disguised as comfort, disguised as maturity. You stop flirting because it feels juvenile. You stop teasing because you don't want to offend her. You stop leading because you think equality means erasing polarity. And one day you realize you've become her reflection, not her opposite. She doesn't feel pulled toward you anymore, because there's nothing left to pull against. You've given her understanding, support, emotional safety, but not a single ounce of mystery, danger, or presence. You're the warm bath of her life, soothing, predictable, and utterly forgettable. This is how men disappear. Not through failure, not through cruelty, but through slow erosion. Every time you bite your tongue instead of leading, every time you make yourself smaller to keep the peace, every time you let desire die in the name of being good, you carve another inch off your masculine edge. Until one day, she's lying next to you, scrolling through her phone, and you feel it, the quiet ache of invisibility. You're still there, but she doesn't see you anymore. And worse, you don't see yourself. Men don't lose women, they lose their gravity. Attraction isn't built on logic or loyalty. It's built on polarity. The masculine and feminine are like magnets. They need distance, tension, and charge to attract. But nice guys flatten the field. They make everything equal. They take away the tension that makes passion possible. You became her emotional equal, but not her masculine opposite. You gave her everything she said she wanted, and in doing so, you stopped being what she needed. You've mistaken connection for desire. You think hours of deep conversation will bring her closer. You think empathy will make her want you. You think that by listening enough, sharing enough, caring enough, she'll suddenly see you as a man again. But emotional intimacy without masculine presence doesn't create passion. It creates comfort. And comfort is where attraction goes to die. Because women don't fall for words. They fall for energy, for presence, for a man who knows who he is without needing her permission to be it. You became too gentle for your own good. Somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that your desire was dangerous, that wanting her, really wanting her, might make her uncomfortable. So you softened. You apologized for your hunger. You started asking for intimacy like you were asking for a favor. But here's what you don't see. She's starving for the part of you you've buried. The part that doesn't ask. The part that takes. The part that leads. Women don't lose desire because men are too masculine. They lose it because men have forgotten how to be masculine. Presence is your forgotten language. When's the last time you looked at her without speaking and made her feel seen, not analyzed? When's the last time you touched her like you meant it, not out of duty, but out of instinct? When's the last time you were in the room? Really in the room, not trapped in your head, wondering what to say next. She doesn't need more words. She needs your presence. Presence is the silent proof of confidence. It says, I'm here. I'm grounded. I don't chase your mood. I anchor it. That's what creates safety and desire at the same time. That's what makes a woman melt. Not another long talk about feelings. Not another promise to try harder. But your stillness, your energy, your embodied certainty. Stop apologizing for being a man. You were told to be sensitive. You listened. You were told to communicate. You did. You were told to be safe. You succeeded. And now you wonder why she doesn't want you. Because you became what the world told you to be. And in the process, lost what made you irresistible. Your desire isn't toxic. Your confidence isn't aggression. Your hunger isn't danger. Those are the raw materials of masculine energy, and when they're integrated with awareness, they become magnetic. But when they're repressed, they rot. They turn into resentment, confusion, and quite shame. You can't think your way back into her desire. You have to feel your way there. Start small. Get out of your head and into your body. Feel the ground under your feet when you walk. Feel your breath move through your chest. Feel your pulse when you speak. Reconnect to yourself before you try to reconnect to her. Because if you're not embodied, if you're not here, she can't feel you, no matter how many words you say. Desire doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being present. You don't need her permission to be magnetic again. You need to remember that attraction is born from difference, not sameness. She doesn't want your compliance. She wants your polarity. She doesn't need another friend. She needs a man who reminds her she's alive. You want to bring her back? Stop chasing. Stop negotiating. Stop over-explaining. Start leading. Start feeling. Start being. Because when you come back to yourself fully, unapologetically, she'll feel it before you say a word. And that right there is what reignites the fire she thought was gone forever. Final truth. You can't be desired if you're invisible. And you can't be visible if you're disconnected from your own masculinity. The opposite of nice isn't mean. It's real. Real presence. Real desire. Real confidence. Be that man again. The man who doesn't ask to be wanted. He simply is. And when you show up that way, the hunger returns. Not just in her, but in you.